Retired photojournalist Miguel Vera tests his old camper van before an annual road trip with friends. Finnish friends.
Somos 5 personas, yo soy el que la manejo, la cuido, le hago las cosas técnicas y soy fotógrafo y el resto son periodistas. Y hacemos documentos, vendemos los documentos a veces para pagarnos el viaje.
Tapani, un chileno refugiado con su Mercedes-Benz de 74 dando vueltas por el este de Europa.
What do you most miss about Chile?
My family. They are all there, so it wears you a little bit, but also it gives you a little kind of stamina or power.
Math professor Luis Hernando came to Finland in 1973. His father was a leftist mayor in Chile when General Augusto Pinochet seized power.
I know that he was tortured as well, but they released him, and during that period it became clear for him that if he stays, it's not going to end well. He was kind of forced to seek for refuge.
Asylum?
Asylum. So that's the reason how he ended in contact with Tapani.
And then there's musicologist Alfonso Padilla.
Tapani fue una vez a la cárcel también a hablar conmigo y luego cuando me trasladaron de Concepción a Santiago, me trasladaron en un bus normal. Entonces el vigilante iba de civil conmigo, yo iba con cadenas para que no pudiera correr. Así que llegamos a las 6 de la mañana a Santiago y ahí estaba Tapani Brotherus con su auto de la embajada y estaba mi familia, mi madre. Entonces el Tapani Brotherus le preguntó al vigilante: ¿usted tiene algo en contra de que vayamos a tomar desayuno al Hotel Crillón? No, por supuesto, pero usted tiene que sacarle las cadenas, ¿no? Él no va a tomar desayuno con las cadenas. Así que me sacó las cadenas que tenía por dentro de una manera surrealista. Tapani Brotherus, mi familia, y el vigilante y yo tomando desayuno en el Crillón.
3 Chileans, each caught up in violent political upheaval, each saved by this man, Tapani Brotherus.
En el caso de Brotherus, él se jugó, digamos, la vida, porque alguna bala perdida por ahí puede también acabar con un diplomático, ¿no? Pero también se jugó su carrera porque estaba actuando en contra de las instrucciones del gobierno de Finlandia.
I was at our place and a Finnish guy who had stayed with us for the weekend came back. He said that he was driving against a huge military convoy coming up the Carretera Panamericana, and then we started hearing the airplanes and things and went to the roof of our house and checked the things which happened then. As everybody knows, the moneda was bombed and so forth.
Could you see that from your roof?
Now we could see the smoke.
The moneda was and is Chile's presidential palace. On September 11, 1973, President Salvador Allende was inside when the armed forces rose up against him. Allende was killed by others or by his own hand as the US-backed coup unfolded. As soldiers rounded up thousands of Allende supporters, many fled. One man made it to Brotherus' home.
Well, there was a guy from the Chilean Foreign Ministry who came, I think the second day more or less, knocking on the door and said that his house had been burnt down and the neighbors are going to lynch him and can he stay for a night or two? And I said, no problem.
Did you think twice when he knocked on the door, when he asked for?
No, because I knew him quite well and I had just been with him in Finland. It would have been a little bit awkward. What's your name? You are no business here, you know.
Yet by doing so, you must have known also that you were crossing a diplomatic red line.
Well, it was a very small crossing, but you know, it gradually grew. Then up went around that there's a young guy who doesn't really know what he's doing and there is space in his house, so why don't you go? And there is a country nobody had heard about in Chile.
Before too long, Brotherus had dozens of asylum seekers in his yard. He knew he had to inform his government, whose official position was not to take a position.
And then I sent a letter to the Secretary General of our Foreign Ministry, and to be completely on the safe side, I sent it by diplomatic mail, but by surface mail. The train had gone already then, so it was. And the Secretary General never replied to me.
That informed silence reflected a long-standing Finnish strategy of neutrality. During the Cold War, Finland shared a border with the communist Soviet Union. It needed to appease the Soviets, who were Allende allies. But Finland also courted the West to gain entrance into the European markets. Tapani Brotherus' efforts to save leftists likely pleased the Soviets, but would have angered some in the anti-communist West.
I've been with Tapani Brotherus. I have a luncheon the other day. And you see, well, this man is so simple. He did fantastic thing for us, but he looked like he was not aware, and he did it many ways against instruction. They were doing because it was the right thing to do, and they were not prepared for that. And they decided to help people who went there and see them, and they were afraid.
Among them, photographer Miguel Vera's father, who was arrested during the coup but released.
Después de los 28, 29 días que los sacaron, él se contactó con Tapani Brotherus y Tapani lo ingresó a la embajada finlandesa. Y en eso un día alguien se comunicó con mi mamá y mi mami dice, mañana tenemos que estar en tal esquina a tal hora y viene tal auto. Llegamos ahí, llegó el auto y estaba Tapani manejando el auto. Realmente no sabíamos dónde primero íbamos. Sabíamos que íbamos a llegar donde estaba mi padre y posiblemente de ahí tener una parte segura, un lugar seguro donde estar.
Tapani took them to his home.
Realmente no me acuerdo, pero habían cientos de gente en la embajada.
¿Y cuánto tiempo pasabas adentro?
Más o menos un mes y medio.
¿Y cómo era vivir ahí?
Bueno, todos vivíamos en una sala grande, se hacía comida en común, vivir ahí en condiciones no muy óptimas, claro.
2 months later, Vera's family was granted safe passage to the airport, where a Finnish plane awaited them.
Imagínate, dejar tu vida y irte a una parte donde uno no sabe dónde. ¿Qué Finlandia? ¿Qué? Yo no sabía nada de esto. La mayor parte de nosotros los chilenos refugiados pensábamos de que esto va a pasar luego. Pero no, nunca pasó.
Vera arrived here at 19. Luis Hernando was only 6.
The first memories was, of course, the snow. Because, I mean, we don't have that much snow in Chile, so, I mean, that was kind of astonishing. Things that are important when in child. Of course, the language, which is completely different, so we learned it quite rapidly, fortunately.
Like Vera, Hernando married a Finnish woman. They have 3 kids, all born here in Turku. They don't speak much Spanish, but like their dad, they sense something Latino inside. This is 22-year-old Daniel.
Overexcited about everything. I'm very passionate about doing what I really like to do. I always believe that I can manage in everything I do. I give all that I got.
Okay. And are Finns more pessimistic than that?
Yeah. We have this one word that says pessimistic, with what means pessimist doesn't get disappointed.
Simon, 18, understood his unfinished side after visiting Chile a few years back.
I've always not been as afraid of like being close to someone. Like I always have hugged my family and that. So when I went there, I kind of understood where it is. Finnish are always so close, and the most scariest thing for us is like going to an elevator and it gets stuck with another person. So.
They are all impulsive, much more than typical Finnish persons, and like to hug and talk and argue. Yeah. They have very different opinions and they like to discuss together.
Do you think over these many years, creating your own family that's this mix, you think it's changed you at all?
Yeah, quite a lot. But my mother-in-law says I'm a Chilean one.
A Chilean daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
Juggling a soccer ball like this is hardly a common sight here in the Turku suburbs. About the only thing remotely Nordic about it, the dark socks. Back in Helsinki, more decidedly non-Finnish behavior. Musicologist Alfonso Padilla shows off his collection of instruments from Latin America, here at the Global Music Institute he founded years ago. He says while in prison after the coup in Chile, music was what kept him going.
Primero a uno lo vendaban, amarraban las manos y daban vueltas así, entonces para que no supiera hacia dónde estaba ese cuarto, y ahí en ese cuarto estaban todas las cosas para tortura, cordeles, cadenas, camas, las cosas para colgar. A mí me aplicaron, golpes para empezar, y golpes con bastones con una toalla húmeda, porque eso deja huellas por dentro, pero no por fuera. Y luego la electricidad, que ponían electricidad en las sienes, en la lengua, en el corazón, en la parte del estómago, que es muy sensible por todo el sistema nervioso que uno tiene ahí, en los testículos. Esa vez tuve una semana ahí preso todos los días. Y después en el estadio de fútbol funcionaba como campo de concentración.
There, Padilla taught others guitar and started a choir. By coincidence, his wife at the time was Finnish, worked with Brotherus at the embassy. If it hadn't been for her, Padilla believes he would have been executed. Instead, he's grown old here, in the most unlikely of places. Others weren't so lucky.
I have one case which I came familiar with only now. I received a message from somebody in Mexico who said that his brother disappeared in Santiago, somewhere close to our embassy. He and 2 others were executed together with him. I tried to find out a little bit, but the brother in Mexico, I was in correspondence with him very recently. So I mean, these cases are haunting me, I think, until the bitter end.
But by the time the last Chilean left the Finnish compound in 1974, Brotherus had gotten thousands out to East Germany, France, Spain, and exactly 190 to here. Asked if he'd have done anything differently.
No, I don't think so. Je ne regrette rien.
Nor do the Chileans who came and stayed, like Luis Hernando, probably the only Latino who plays pickup ice hockey in all of Finland. Hernando actually moved back to Chile with his family as a teenager, when it was safe again.
At the beginning, I felt very much homesick. I'm in Finland.
A year later, he returned to Finland on his own.
The funny thing is that when I returned, the same happened here. I was missing Chile.
Trapped between 2 worlds.
Yeah. I think that I continue to be in that kind of a status.
So I guess maybe that's your destiny, to be with your heart in 2 places.
Eternal diaspora, or how they call it.
For the handful of Chilean exiles still here, their lost homeland still holds them. Turnout is strong for the opening of the Chilean Film Fest in Helsinki.
Somos todas culturas muy diferentes. Ser latino, aquí siempre hay algunas cosas chocan. Yo siempre he dicho que, aunque soy medio chileno-finlandés, quiero ser más chileno que finlandés. En este país, los primeros negros que fuimos somos nosotros. Ahora hay cantidad. La gente finlandesa muy solidaria. Por ejemplo, cuando llegamos nosotros ahí a ese pueblito, veníamos con ropa de verano. No teníamos ropa de invierno como aquí. Y nos trajeron, nos regalaron botas, chalecas, parcas, qué sé yo, todo. Y nos ayudaron mucho en todo, en general, en todo. Tapani, para mí, es el hombre más grande que conozco. Es el hombre que sin Tapani, yo no estoy aquí. Tapani se jugó no solo por mí, sino por muchos más. Más que mi padre. Él salvó a mi familia y esa hoja blanca que empecé a escribir ahora está llena de experiencias, hijos, sobrino, perro. Eso es Tapani. Mi vida.